I consider him as X factor of Indus Thunders is here. Mr. Chetan, welcome to the show.
Hello, Jagan. Thank you for the invite.
Okay, now the floor is yours, guys. I'll start with Imti.
Welcome to the show, Chetan. Congratulations on that performance and your win in the quarterfinal game. And it was a very balanced knock, I would say, supporting Praveen Bangira on the other end and getting your team through without losing a wicket and crossing the target. So absolutely one-sided game, I thought, and knocking win, I would say. So congratulations on that. I don't have any specific questions, but I just wanted to congratulate and good luck for the next game.
Okay.
Thank you, MT. Thank you. It wasn't a one-sided game, though. I wouldn't say that. Kings 11 played really good cricket throughout the season, in fact. Yeah, it looked one side affair in the end.
Okay. In other words, they really played well, is what Chetan is saying. And I'll quickly go to your teammate. We call him Jarvella. Abhi.
Yeah,
Welcome, Chetan. Welcome to the show. And again, like MP said, an excellent innings from you. We've already congratulated you in the game, but again, an amazing innings between you and Bangira. So, Chetan, I would like one question from you. I know we usually don't talk before the game or while you're going into batting because we don't want to disturb each other's momentum, but or the thought process. But what was your thought process when you went in? And I know Bangira on the other end was in a very good form, and he's always in a good form. But you had some runs at the beginning of the season, but in between you didn't get much, and you didn't play a few games in the end. But you had to when you were put to opening spot, which is usually your position in a playoff game. What was your thought process when you went in with 110 on chase?
I would have to give you some brief background as to how I ended up back in the opening position. Actually, every year we look for room to improve. And we all know anyone within our team is capable to bat in any position. And when Bangira started opening the batting, he started scoring runs, and that gave huge confidence for the entire team. And going back to the game, Kings 11 batted really well. They were able to play freely, and they put up a huge total of 110. So Kings 11, and then later on, Kings 11 put up a huge total. We knew that Bangira was high on confidence, and all I had to do is to support him. Okay, so basically, things were not going great for me, and with the team that we have, everyone started supporting me, and all I had to do is to bat a few overs and then basically build the innings. It just happened on the day. I would give all the credits to Gopu and the team.
Well said, Chetan. I know it didn't look that easy as it looks on the scoreboard. I know the pressure that you guys initially had. You were facing good bowlers like Abhilash and Sunil from the other side, but you guys did the job for us, and hope you guys do the same thing in semis in the upcoming game.
Yep.
Okay, next I'll go.
Sunil and Abhilash bowled good. In fact, Sunil was too pacey.
Good. That's a fantastic compliment. And I'll quickly go to KK. KK.
First of all, congrats, Chetan, for making it to the semi-finals.
Thank you, KK.
Mm-hmm. I had the pleasure of playing alongside Chetan for one of the tournaments, and he's a great bloke. He's a team player. That's what I can say. And now a question to you, Chetan. Over the last 3 years, you have won BCL 2 times. You have been The winner the first year Indus Thunders is formed, then the next year there was a break, and then in 2019 we are the champions. Now we are the defending champions. Now we are into the semi-finals. We are the only team in per my knowledge, who won the DCL among all the four teams that are now remaining in the semi-finals. So my question to you is, how does Indus Thunders approach a big tournament like DCL? Because the league stage is completely different from the playoffs, and we know this year you have not put up the performances that you are known for. I mean, Indus Thunders, and in the initial league phase, you have been wandering somewhere in the positions which are not at the top of the table, but somewhere in the middle. But come the playoff games, you have been dominating, be it your pre-quarters against NI Rangers or the quarterfinals against Kings 11. So what is that the team talks about, and what is the strategy behind? When you lose certain games in the league stages, right? What runs through the think tank?
Um, Considering this year's semi-final game, um, so I mean, for the past few years, from what I've noticed, I've been playing for almost 5 years now, 5 or 6 years DCL, and uh, there is competition is increasing, and um, ball has changed. Ball has got better for the batsmen, and the pitches have got better, and people. Um, I've seen people practicing even in cushy spots, even in the winter. They want to improve their game. They want to win trophies. The competition has increased. Um, 2017, yes, we won. 2018, there was we lost in pre-quarters. 2019, we won, and there was a year gap, and since then, a lot of people have practiced, improved their game, and 2021 is a totally new tournament, if you ask me. And each game is important. There is no. I just couldn't predict so many games. Um, because teams have got better every year. And yeah, pokeries, we all know that they are brilliant, right? So I mean, yeah, we have to treat them and give them respect. Yeah, they are good, and at the same time, we should be confident enough to play them.
Okay, let's say I have one question. Okay, when you're playing at the top and sometimes in the middle and sometimes, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like I have to open?
No, actually, I play for the team. I don't. Uh, Depending on the situation, um, I mean, captain, especially Gopu, if you know him, he goes through a lot of background work for an entire week. He doesn't just come over there and okay, you go back um, right now. He doesn't do that. He gives it a lot of thought, and we all respect him. There is no I mean, if you're going on in the first position or the 10th position, doesn't matter. You play for the team. You score one run. That's good enough. Well, ultimately, win matters for the team. I actually don't think of it that way. But yeah, I understand your question. Yeah, I'm not particular about playing in certain position.
Okay, you just want to enjoy the game and be a
Yeah,
team player, and I like that answer. Okay, with that, okay, I would like to congratulate you, and I would like to say good luck to you also. Okay,
thank you,
yeah,
Jagan.
thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to all the analysts. And these shows actually help a lot to the DCL, in fact, or for all the T-ball players. It keeps them on the toes. They want to perform. And I keep hearing these shows, and I want more to come. So keep doing the good work, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we are going to talk about the game that you guys played this weekend. Okay, and
Hmm.
if you want, you can sit here and listen that one. And we are going to do a round table. If you want to update anything, you can update. Okay, just
Yes.
I want you to
Right.
be here until your game is completed. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So basically, I'll go with Imti. Um, so as we discussed, can we discuss about uh, uh, the batting, the bowling uh, aspects of Indus versus uh, Kings
Kings
11.
11. Sure, Jagan. Again, again, like, thanks, Chetan, for correcting me. I felt that it was a one-sided game looking at the scorecard, and I was actually at the grounds umpiring another quarterfinal, and when I heard about the halfway score that Kings 11 scored 109, I was actually surprised with the bowling likes of Indus Thunder. Like, how could they even go that far? But I think again it was a brilliant innings from Pawan. Sorry, not Pawan. Pawan? No, one of the Karoli. Sai Karoli.
Sai
Yeah,
Karoli.
yeah. 55. He scored 55 runnable, and I think that was the mainstay of that. But again, like Jagan mentioned, like if you look at the bowling side in this game, I think uh, Indus Thunder is definitely known for their great bowling unit. But surprisingly, in this game, I think the two star performers for Indus Thunders were the all-rounders, to be honest, like who are much known for their batting, like Manoj and Praveen, who picked up 3 wickets each, I think, and those were like crucial wickets in the stage of the game. Again, maybe you can add your input there, but from the scorecard reading, what I feel is that spell from Manoj Singh and also Praveen Bangera changed the course for you guys in this game. So pick up the bowlers Manoj and Praveen Bangera, and for Kings 11, like, unfortunately, there's not much to talk about because they couldn't really take any wickets. Apart from Sunil, I really did not see that there was much effect.
Okay, and batting contributions. I'll go to Abhi.
Yeah, before I go in there, Jagan, I would like into the background story to this is I know the bowling scorecards of Indus doesn't look very impressive, but it's not the bowling that let the team down; it's the fielding that let the team down. This game, we as fielders are to be blamed for that because although Sai uh, played an amazing innings, we dropped at least 8 chances of Sai throughout the game. At least 7 to 8 easy catches. I mean, I wouldn't say all catches were easy, but a couple of them were to be taken. But again, Sai is a smart player. He used his opportunities very well, and he scored a brilliant 50. There were some good shots played by against some good bowlers like Dinesh and Manoj and Jalaj, and so he did an absolutely fantastic job. Um, but although there were not much partnerships built, but the only thing that mattered was the runs that were going at. If you see at the over rate, we were actually conceding a bit too many runs. They were about 40, 50 plus runs for close to 50 runs by innings break, and but they did lose a bit too many wickets. Um, Sai was actually playing very well at one end, but he was actually looking out for support, and that support came from Sai Gautam in between the 13th and 17th or 18th overs, where Sai also scored a crucial 17 runs to help the team scores move to the hundreds. Um, but that was a story of their batting. They've done excellently well. We as a team should have actually backed the Kings 11 for a much lesser score, but again, I would say being part of the team, being part of the game, I would say it's the feeling that actually let us down. We were not supposed to do that in a crucial game, but this was very well supported by when the batsmen of Indus like Chetan and Praveen who went on to bat, because I felt the momentum was with Kings 11. 110 was a good score to defend, and 110 was a big score for us to chase. But Chetan and Praveen, when they went on, the only plan they had was to not give initial wickets, so that we have to break that momentum that Kings 11 had. Sunil was bowling well at good lines, so was Abhilash, but once the run started to flow in the second over, it just kept going from fourth over onwards. Every run, we when we were actually checking the score, every over we ended up scoring 5+ runs, and that run rate was kept consistently until the end of the game. So thanks to the brilliant innings from Chetan and Praveen. Praveen scoring a brilliant 50 in the chase, and Chetan supporting very well to Praveen scoring 44. So that's the batting side score of the game. Second.
Okay, KK, X Factor.
Well, the scorecard speaks for itself, Chicken. Praveen Bangera picking up those 3 wickets for 16 runs. He was the seventh bowler picked up by the Indus skipper. But however, if you look at the scorecard, the top two bowlers have lead runs. 42 runs between them in about 8 overs, and especially they were not on their line and length was something which we have not heard of before. Vijay Verma giving away 5 wides and Dinesh Panditi 2 wides and no ball. And then you call your seventh bowler to fill in the rest of the overs of the top bowlers. And in fact, in this game, Chetan also did not have that first over, a good over, right? Because I see Sai picked up 5 twos in that over without scoring a boundary. He scored 10 runs. So now it's up to the captain to decide, who is the next bowler to be brought into the mix, right? And then comes Praveen Bangera. He bowls 5 overs, and in none of his overs he has given more than 4 runs. So he is very wary of his line and length. He's not considering an extra. And he bowled in the middle overs from 12 to 17 overs. He bowled 3 overs, and then comes at the fag end of the innings, and the 23rd and 25th over, which are very crucial, right? If those 2 overs go away for 10+ runs, you might be looking at 125, 130 to chase. But Praveen picks up 3 wickets there, gives away nothing, and then that actually restricted the Kings level to 109. And Indus Thunders were not looking at 125 or above; they were looking at 110 as the target. So that's the difference between 4 runs an over and 5 runs an over. So he did a great job there with respect to the bowling figures. And when it comes to batting, he's striking at 120 strike rate, and he hit 4 maximums in a boundary. And the target, even though it's 110 in a playoff game, it looked very small. So I would definitely give that X Factor award to Praveen Bangera.
Okay. The next game of the night is Pokeries versus Raptors. Before I go to Imti, Chetan, thanks a lot once again for joining us.